welcome to my Vegas vlog. So I realized while I was getting ready for this trip and thinking about my vlog that it would probably be a lot more fun to just do an actual like vlog style video for this Vegas trip rather than just talking to a camera afterwards about it. But maybe it won't work and you guys will never see this clip ever. But if this does work out, then this will be my intro. Shout out. So it is like 6 a.m. I'm like way late, by the way, so I gotta hurry up. Okay, I'm in my room. My roommates are never up this early. I usually am up this early for work, so I know they're not ever up this early. I've got one bag. Anywho, the point of this is that I forgot my freaking winter coat. Oh, what an intro, huh? The point of this is that. Ooh. The point of this is what? I actually don't really know. I guess the point of this is just to show you that I'm up early and that I'm going to the airport. Yeah, weird. I hope that I'm getting to the airport early enough. I think if this was a bigger airport, I'd be scared, but like it's Grand Rapids, so hopefully it'll be fine. And maybe my next video will be me missing my flight, so. Let's go Vegas. All right, I am in Chicago O'Hare now. I tried to find a good spot to do this. It's really, really hard to get yourself to just start talking to your phone randomly alone in public. But here I am. I definitely found like the quietest corner possible so that I could be not the weird guy talking to his phone in the airport. But again, here I am. Dude, getting through the Grand Rapids airport was insane. So I get there and I have to take like a shuttle to get to the terminal, right? Except I can tell right now that these shuttles are gonna take way too long because I showed up way too late and I'm gonna miss my flight, right? Especially because I go to like the shuttle place, the pickup, and the shuttle like drives right by. And I'm like, I can't afford to wait for the next shuttle to come around. So I'm like, screw it, I gotta walk like from the parking lot to the terminal, which is probably not allowed, but hey, what are you gonna do? I was like, I could probably hitchhike or something. And so I like have to go trek through the snow and like hop a fence and then get on the other side of the road. And it's a really good thing that I chose that path because then I crossed in front of the bus as it was driving to the terminal, and the lady was really nice and she stopped for me, even though they're not supposed to pick me up unless I'm at a pickup spot. And then I get to my gate and no one's there. And there's no plane either. And I'm like, I don't think I missed my flight because I only missed boarding time by like 9 minutes, right? And you know airports, they do not board in 9 minutes. So I'm like, something's afoot. But all the boards had still said that my flight was at that gate and said it was on time. And so I'm standing there, it's like 5 minutes to my flight is scheduled to leave. And I'm like, okay, at this point, like I have to say something, like I'm gonna miss my flight. And they just like switched gates. So I flew here and I got here. I wanted to record like me like walking through the airport and talking. But again, it's really hard to be the weird guy talking to his phone in the middle of the airport. I guess it's just something I'll have to get used to if I want to keep doing this style of video. Now welcoming the man, the myth, the legend, Adam Gadiel. So having Adam here with me gives me a lot of confidence to record in public like I didn't have before. So I can show you all these cool things in the airport. How do I flip the camera? Just flipped it, buddy. Look at all these lights, huh? Yeah, well, they don't know that I'm an athlete, yeah? All right. One of the critiques I got in my vlogs was that I don't show enough of my personality. So I'm going to share a little something with you right here, right now. Is that I fall in love with every single woman I see at the airport. Every single one. My therapist says that that's a little weird, but I think it's due to my whimsical attitude. But on a more real note, normally I go to the airports and I'm disgusted. There's too many people. I hate the fact there are that many people on Earth. But today, it was kind of cool, you know, like walking through and like seeing all the people. You know what I mean, Adam?
He's excited about where he's going.
Yeah, baby. Actually, no, that was the point I was going to make, is that normally I travel just because I have to get somewhere, you know what I mean? This time I'm traveling
Travel for pleasure.
because I get to get somewhere.
Right.
Woo! Give me snaps for that. Yeah, so I guess I found a love for the nature of humanity. So, more updates to come. After an insane amount of time, 3 trips to a room, not ours, 4, 5, 6 keys, we are finally on our way to our room.
And we're up.
All right, so it is, I'm pretty sure it's Sunday night. Yeah, Sunday night. I wanted to take this time. I was trying to do more like videos during the trip, but you're just so, again, I don't want to be the guy who's taking a video of everything. I just want to take it in for the first time. But also just Vegas, when you're in Vegas, like it's just nonstop. Like it's just nonstop the whole time you're awake. So it's been a lot of fun so far, getting to see kind of all the very typical touristy Vegas-y things. I've had not the best luck when it comes to any actual gambling, but like I haven't actually done that much because I don't have that much money to gamble with. So kind of whatever. And plus, like that was part of my budget. I didn't actually lose all of my budget, but I've lost enough of the budget that I planned on spending gambling that I'm like, I don't actually want to lose all of that. So I think I'm just going to cut myself off and save myself a few $100, which is good. But it has been fun, even if you have really bad luck. Like playing at the tables is fun, especially like the casinos are packed, and just the environment. I went to, it's not out there, but the New York is probably my favorite so far. The only thing that sucks about that is that it's also like, there's also like different areas that aren't just casino. So like kids are running around, but like whatever. But it was just beautiful. It's literally like an indoor mock-up of New York City to some degree. And there's a roller coaster I went on, crazy pricey, but one of those things that's like let's just spend the money on this once, say I did it, and then I never have to do it again if I don't want to. But it was like a really fun roller coaster and whatnot. But I realized that a lot of the fun is just hanging out in the suite with all the people who are here for this kind of trip. Playing like poker with the people you came with, and like all the sports betting is a lot more I think of the trip than being at the tables at the casino, because unless you are really loaded and really irresponsible, or one of the two, like you can't really gamble that much or that long, or it's just like it's not gonna work out for you. You know what I mean? Like you just hope for, I think you come to Vegas, you just hope for a quick good luck run and then you get out, but it has been a lot of fun. I'm realizing now, like, again, there's so much that's happened this trip that I would change if I could go back. And it's not because I've made like massive mistakes, but it's just because I'd never been to Vegas before. I didn't really understand what was happening. So the Aria is like an insanely high-end resort and casino. Maybe not the highest end, but like it is up there. The only reason I'm here is because I'm splitting a room with someone, and the whole group of like 30 people are being very generous and helping us out in a few different ways. But this place is like really nice. And so if you want to do a Vegas trip and you're not a part of a big group and you're not loaded, then like you're not going to be staying in a place like this, right? Like it's not like bazonkers rich, like the type of stuff you see in TV shows where it's like only billionaires, but like it's pretty well off to afford this stuff. But because of that, it is super nice. Let's do a little quick. I mean, it's just a hotel room, you got the double beds, but everything's just nice. They do our beds for us every day, fresh towels and everything, and the view is just phenomenal. And this is like a boring part of the city. All the cool stuff is over on the other side of the building, and just the bathroom is super nice, and the water pressure and everything. And so that aspect of it is kind of cool, because like there's like unless I want to blow a lot more money than I normally want to, like there's not really opportunities where I can just kind of taste what it's like to live a little luxuriously. So this is like this trip has been a nice way to kind of to taste that without actually having to do it, because I'm not rich, my family's not rich, so that's been really sweet. Getting here was a little bit of a hassle, getting into our room. So this is a really sweet, the trip started out on a great high, because we got to our room, our keys weren't working. So we like went up to the room, didn't work, came down. Went up to the room, came up, didn't down. And so like that happened like 3 or 4 times, and we're like, me and Adam still all have our bags on. We had just gotten in from the airport. We're like, we want to get into a room, please. And because of all of that hassle, they gave us free $200 food and drink charge. So that has been nice. We've been eating great. That's the other thing that I'm learning about Vegas, is that it is so, it's, like the casino is like cool and fun, and who doesn't like betting? But like, it's so less about, like, that's just such a small part. The food, the restaurants I have been eating in, you guys, like, I didn't even like, you know me, I'm a picky eater. I didn't even like the food that much, but it was just so high quality that like, it's like I might as well eat this. And it was good, even though like I was like, man, I don't really like, I don't know. A lot of it was seafood. Like, I don't really like seafood, but like just the quality of this food is worth eating. And again, that's another one of those things that like I would not be able to afford eating at that restaurant alone on my own. It is only because we're going with 30 people and we're splitting the bill, and certain people are being generous and buying bottles for the table. The restaurant's giving us a big discount because, you know, they're making so much money off this big group. So yeah, I just wanted to give kind of a trip update on how it's going and what I've been thinking about Vegas, because I don't have a lot of time because Vegas is just kind of go, go, go. Yeah, so burp for the vlog. Final day of Vegas. Saying goodbye to this absolutely gorgeous view, ganjous view. Me and Adam went up. I think. Well, we have our $25,000 check.
Big ups.
We have you hit the jackpot on the slot machine.
Huge ups.
Right?
Another $12K.
I spent probably $50K on drinks alone.
Right.
But there was a room charge, so we might be good. So
Put it on the room.
all in the room, baby.
Put it on the room.
Like Stuart Little.
That's right.
Or what's his
Mouse?
name? Macaulay Culkin.
There it is.
That's his name. Did I get that right?
And his brother.
I was just guessing. So I'm trying to find like different spaces to record my videos because the same angle I feel like is really boring. So here I am standing in front of the window. I just got back. I didn't just get back. I've been back for a few hours from my Vegas trip. Want to do a bit of a debrief and talk about the trip home because actually some really crazy things happened. And kind of wrap up this vlog for Vegas. But yeah, I got back earlier this morning. Gosh, this is actually really tough. I can do it. I got back earlier this morning after 2 really long, annoying flights with a layover. I'll talk about my travel first, I guess. I hope this is really disorientating to you. Yeah, so I'm in line for the flight to Orlando because I had a layover there because it saves money. And this girl's wearing like 3 layers of clothes. She's wearing a harness, a helmet. She has like all this stuff on her. And I know why. It's because Frontier was like checking our bags at the gate, which is annoying, but whatever. So, you know, I check my bag in, I get in line, and I forget to pull up my boarding pass. So I'm sitting there pulling up my boarding pass, and she can't get all her stuff in the bin. And the flight agent's being a real butthole about it because like it's definitely like close enough, you know what I mean? Like just let him put it on the plane. But they like were not gonna let it fly. So I came over and I was like, hey, can she just put her stuff in my bag? Would that be okay? Or could it just be a part of my like carry on or whatever? And they were like, the flight agent lady looked at me and she was like, "Are you guys traveling together?" And me and the girl, without hesitation, we're like, "Yeah, we're traveling together." And so they were like, "Okay." And so it was just like her climbing shoes and like a camera tripod. And I like put it in my thing. She was like, "Cool, good." And so then I just like handed those back to her. And I check in and I walk down the ramp. I'm like all the way down the ramp about to be on the plane when I hear them like harassing her again. They're like, no, they have to go in the bag. And they pull her back and they try to start charging her. And at this moment, I like have a choice to make because like I've already done like a thing, you know. And like I was like, do I double down? Do I go back and help her? I was like, oh. And then you know my brain kicks out. I'm like, of course I should, because I have the space in my bag. And so I walk back up there, and to really sell it, I heard them say her name, and so I walk back up. I'm like, oh, Caitlin, what's the problem? And then they were like, oh, and so I was like, oh, I was just gonna stuff it in my bag on the plane. I didn't realize that you guys were gonna charge her. And then like, you know, something shady's going on because like they were like, oh, like they just tried to get around it instead of just like they knew whatever. So anywho, that was a really funny moment where me and this random girl were just scheming against the airline to get her stuff so she didn't get, because it's like, you know, it's like $70 for an extra bag, ridiculous. And then I get on the plane. And there's like commotion going on with the last person getting on the plane. I'm like, okay, can we go? And this dude was being really obnoxious the whole flight. But he helped me out in the beginning because he's like, do you know who that is? He's like talking to the whole plane. He's like, do you guys know who that is? He's like, that's Flava Flav. I'm like, who the hell is Flava Flav? So I Google it really quick. And apparently he's like a rapper, an artist. But yeah, he was just on the plane, just chilling. When we got off, like people tried to like bombard him with like, hey, take a photo of me, take a photo of me. And he was just like, no, thank you. I'm going to leave, which is respect to him for that. And negative respect, bad aura for the people who would not leave the poor man alone as he's just trying to get a flight to Orlando. But there was just a celebrity on my fight, and I thought it was really weird. I don't think I've ever had that before, even though I don't really know anything about Flava Flav. And then I feel like something else happened. Don't remember. Anyway, then I got back at like 11 a.m. today. So, yeah. I think I talk in another part about my thoughts on Vegas, or maybe I'll just put that clip in here. But if not, this will be the end of my Vegas vlog. Home again.